I am a rational man. I don't believe that crystals have healing properties, that fairies live at the end of my garden, or that there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I sure as hell don't believe that we can somehow turn our innermost thoughts, desires, and intentions into reality merely by visualizing them. But, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. So rather than drawing up a list to send to Santa or compiling a set of New Year's resolutions that I know I will never abide by, I thought that by way of a change, I would try to manifest a better year for the demolition and construction industry and for anybody that's watching this. And I'm going to start with the big one. I'm calling on the universe to ensure that no one is killed on a demolition or construction site before March. If I were making this wish to a genie, I would wish that there would never be another fatal site accident anywhere in the world. But as I said at the outset, I am a realist. I also know from history that the combined UK demolition and construction industry claims the lives of roughly 30 people each year. That's just over two a month. If we could just hold out until March, we might actually see the yearly fatality number dip below 20. It's still terrible, but it's also better than at any time in my life. While we're on the subject of death, I'd also call upon the universe to help fix the mental health crisis within this sector. If we could manifest some changes to working practices, maybe we could reduce the number of industry deaths by suicide. I'm also looking to the heavens in the probably vain hope of stemming the tide of demolition and construction company failures. Over the course of the past 2 years, we've seen the closure and the collapse of more than 8,000 individual firms. Each one of those firms was someone's dream. Each of them was someone's source of income, the means by which they kept a roof over their head and food on the table. Perhaps if we all think about it hard enough, a few less companies might slip beneath the waves in 2026. Let's stick with that need for greater job security for a moment. There are apparently government plans afoot that will begin to crack down on zero-hour contracts and the so-called gig economy. I know I'd be wasting my time calling upon the government for anything. They're pretty much useless. So instead, I'm calling upon the universe once again to make this Labour Party soundbite a reality. I hope it will begin to eradicate the employment agencies that leech upon the demolition and construction industry. And I hope that in turn, we'll see more men and women enjoying true workers' rights and employment benefits. And while you're fixing the employment end of things, Mrs. Universe, I'm assuming she's a woman, can I crave your indulgence just a little bit more? Can you find the time to rid the industry of all the racists, the homophobes, and the misogynists, and anyone else who makes their fellow workers feel uncomfortable or unwelcome? It's bad enough that we have to go to work in the first place without some knuckle-drigging a-hole making life even more unbearable. Could you also, in your infinite power, point out to young people that we really don't need any more YouTubers or TikTokers, but that we will always need demolition and construction workers? And while you're about it, you might like to remind those young people that up until quite recently, we had a name for people that spent all their time on a computer. We called them geeks, and they rarely got laid. I know I'm taking up quite a lot of the universe's time, so I'm going to go for a quick fire round. Can you make women feel a little more welcome? Ensure that people get paid on time. Ensure workers get to spend some quality time with their families while they're employed. Maybe while you're about it, eradicate drugs and alcohol from all sites. Make exposure to asbestos a thing of the past. Put an end to fly tipping. Oh, and would you please, for the love of God and all that is holy, make the NFDC do something, anything, just to prove that they're still alive? Seriously, could someone check for a pulse? I realise that's a lot to ask for, and having never manifested before, I'm pretty sure my chances of getting all those wishes fulfilled are practically zero. And so, universe, if you're listening, I'd like to make you an offer. I'll forego all of those hopes, aspirations, dreams, and desires mentioned previously in exchange for just one. Give the families of the four men killed at Didcot in 2016 some justice and some closure. I really don't think that's too much to ask.